The school went into lockdown, but there was no threat. Just a mistake, made by a machine. This is a true story. Welcome to the Red Algorithm.
A student in Lockport, New York, was sitting in class when the loudspeaker turned on. "This is a code yellow. Lock your doors." The voice sounded familiar, like the assistant principal. But something was wrong. There was no announcement from district alerts. No police, no explanation. Just silence. And cameras watching. What no one told them that day was that it wasn't a human who gave the order. It was an AI. In 2019, Lockport High School became one of the first schools in the US to fully install an AI surveillance system called Aegis. Funded by a $4.2 million grant, it promised facial recognition, behavioral monitoring, and gun detection. On paper, it was about safety. But behind the scenes, something much darker was happening, and students were the test subjects. The system was developed by SN Technologies, a Canadian AI firm. Their software could track movement, detect suspicious behavior, and even flag students based on emotional expressions. They claimed it could prevent violence. But critics pointed out one massive problem. It didn't always work. Students were flagged for erratic walking. Teachers were locked out of classrooms for no reason. Facial recognition misidentified students and staff. And when the system made a mistake, no one knew how to override it. In one reported incident, the system mistakenly flagged a student's backpack as a weapon. Doors automatically locked. An alert was sent to law enforcement. The school entered a soft lockdown, triggered by an algorithm. The student had a thermos in his bag. But the system had already made its decision, and what no one could explain: why it initiated the lockdown before human review. Parents weren't told about the extent of the surveillance. Some found out after their children were already being monitored. The system collected facial data, walking patterns, voice recordings, even social behavior scores from lunch and hallway activity. One teacher, under condition of anonymity, said, "We stopped asking questions. You just hoped it didn't target you." Students who were flagged repeatedly, not for violence, but for being uncooperative, were placed under behavioral review. One student was given detention after the system recorded him yelling in the hallway, even though the footage showed he was laughing with friends. The school defended it. The system is still learning. But that's the problem. What happens while it learns? Lockport isn't alone. In Florida, several schools now use real-time facial recognition to track students and visitors. In Texas, AI is used to analyze students' social media posts for threat indicators. In Los Angeles, the district piloted a system to monitor student emotions via webcam during remote learning. None of this is science fiction. It's real, and it's spreading faster than parents or students can stop it. AI doesn't think. It calculates. In 2021, a middle schooler was flagged 5 times in 1 week by an AI behavior system for disengaged posture. He was grieving. His brother had died in a car crash. The AI didn't know that. It just saw a slumped back and a quiet face, and flagged him as at risk. That week, he was pulled from class twice for intervention. The school called it proactive. He called it punishment. Unlike social media or phones, students can't turn this off. One Lockport parent said, "My son is being watched, judged, and labeled by a machine, and I'm not allowed to say no." The system's database stores face scans indefinitely. The school claims it's secure, but the New York Civil Liberties Union filed lawsuits. claiming it violates privacy laws and puts children at risk. The case is ongoing. What's more disturbing is where this is going. Schools are now testing AI emotion detectors in hallways. Predictive behavior scores are being used to rank students. Some companies are working on AI hall monitors, fully autonomous robots, and it's all being sold as for your safety. But here's the truth. The more we automate judgment, the less we notice when something goes wrong, until it's too late. You think you're walking through a school hallway, but in the eyes of the algorithm, you're a variable, a data point, a risk factor. Every movement, every blink, scored, stored, compared. And if the AI decides you're a threat, there might not be a second opinion, because in some schools now, machines decide who gets locked in and who doesn't get out. This is just one system. Hundreds more are being rolled out, quietly, rapidly, globally. In the next episode of The Red Algorithm, we expose a system already tracking people outside of schools, in malls, gyms, even churches. It's not coming. It's already watching.